Um, as we said, the question over here, which Rabenu Bechaya asked, why, two things. First of all, why Moshe Rabenu didn't told them, listen, you're doing something terrible. The result will be tragic. He actually said this, but they didn't listen, but he didn't push too much. And he didn't pray for them. He didn't pray for them the same way he prayed for when it was the golden calf sin and the Meraglim, the spies. And another question that he asked over here, which is very severe question, it's mentioned over there that when the ground opened its mouth and swallow them, they swallow everyone, including their wives and their children. And he asked what the children has to do with this. Why Moshe Rabbeinu did this? How it's right, how it's fair. So those are big questions. And he says, Rabenu Bechaya says, if you try to understand this according to the pshat level, to the simple level, those questions will stay there. There are no answers to them. But he says, there is an explanation. It's very deep. I'm just going to give you some hints. That's what he said. And you will put it together yourself. So, if we will go to the Parsha, we will see a few interesting things. Okay, let's go to the verses again. The Torah described in the beginning, Vayikach Korach. So first of all, what is the word Vayikach? Vayikach, to translate it, he took. What did he take? He take. If you look, it doesn't make any sense. It's not connected to the rest of the sentence. Vayikach Korach, ben Yitzhar ben Kehat ben Levi, ודתן ואבירם בני אליאב ואון בן פלט בני ראובן, ויקומו לפני Moshe. So, what did he take? It should say that they came in front of Moshe. The first word in the Parsha, it doesn't make sense in the grammar. Or in the what he wants to say. What did Vayikach Korach? So this is hint number one. Vayikach. The other thing is, it says, Vayakumu lifnei Moshe. And they stood in front of Moshe. But the word lifnei in Hebrew also means before Moshe. Before, not just in front, but before. What was their question? What was their claim? Madua titnas'u al kahal Hashem. Why you are put yourself high, your status. They claim that Moshe and Aaron make themselves in charge. Madua titnas'u, meaning being high. Laset, it's to put something in high place. Now, it says over there that with them came, ויקומו לפני משה, ואנשים מבני ישראל 50 ו200, נשיאי עדה, קריאי מועד, אנשי שם. Be aware of those two words, אנשי שם, a people of name. What does this title means? When Datan and Aviram was invited by Moshe Rabenu to come to solve the problem, וישלח משה לקרוא לדתן ולאבירם. He called them. They refused to come. So it was a chutzpah, right? Refused to come? No, we're not coming. But they ate few things. Let me quote the pasuk. They said the following. ויאמרו לא נעלה. And it says in the continuation, העיני האנשים ההם תנקר לא נעלה. The meaning of this, even if you will command that they will make us blind, they will take our eyes out of our face. העיני האנשים ההם תנקר לא נעלה. We are not coming even if you will command to take our eyes out. What? Why? What's the connection to the eyes? Why not, even if you will command to cut off our hands? They didn't say that. They speak about their eyes. Even if you will make us blind. So all of this bring the Rabenu Bechaya, and he says the following. The Targum, the translation to Aramaic of Onkelos, to the first pasuk, Vayikach Korach, Onkelos translated not in the way it's supposed to be. What is Vayikach? He took. So in Aramaic it should be Unesav Korach. Nesav in Aramaic is took. Onkelos usually translate literally the word in Hebrew, the word in Aramaic. You know how he translated over here? Vayikach Korach. I'll quote to you from Onkelos. Ve'itpeleg Korach. Ve'itpeleg. Ve'itpeleg is like separated. He separated. How this goes in the word Vayikach Korach. Vayikach he took. It should be unsev in Aramaic, and Onkelos translated Ve'itpeleg. He separated himself. Says Rabenu Bechaya. And he gave us the information from the Kabbalah, that when it says in the pasuk, Vayakumu lifnei Moshe is before Moshe. Before Moshe meaning that those guys were in the history before Moshe Rabenu. And he speaks about the secret of reincarnation. Yeah, I told you, it's going to be big. Listen, wait. There is a pasuk in Koheles. Shlomo Melech, King Solomon in Kohelet says, Dor holech vedor ba v'haaretz le'olam omedet. Generation goes, generation comes, but the land or the world exists forever. And here in this pasuk there is a hint that there is recycling of souls during the history. And this is the reincarnation. That the neshama that was a soul that was in former generations in one body could come again to this world to fix things that went wrong in the former time life, in the second time life. This is what? No. I'm talking about Rabenu Bechaya. Rabenu Bechaya is the disciple of the Ramban. He asked the question, why Moshe Rabenu didn't daven, didn't pray for those sinners, Korach and the 250 in Datan v'Aviram, and he asked the question about the children. So he said, the explanation of this is deep in the Kabbalah, and here he makes this connection. It's amazing. Look at this. If you'll open chapter 11 in Sefer Bereshit, Genesis 11. Chapter 11. I always remember that, and you should also remember that it will be in chapter 11, because this is the chapter 11 of the human race. What happened there? Was a generation, right? ויהי כל הארץ שפה אחת, פרק י"א, פרשת נוח. ויהי כל הארץ שפה אחת ודברים אחדים. It was the descendants of Noah right after the Mabul, after the flag. They were a big family of Noah with 3 children, Shem, Ham, and Yefet. They spoke same language. It was the only language in the world at the time. Was no nations, no languages, one language, one nation. And that's how chapter 11 started. ויהי כל הארץ שפה אחת ודברים אחדים. They speak one language and they were one nation. And what they decided to do? To build a city. A city with a migdal. הבה נעשה לנו עיר ומגדל וראשו בשמיים. We want to make a city and a migdal. How do you say migdal? A tower, but not a regular tower. Tower, a skyscraper, it not just because it will be big. It's literally, we want to reach the sky. Migdal v'rosho b'shamayim. Now I'll start to give you the hints. Remember that those people in Parashat Korach blame Moshe Rabenu that he is mitnaseh. Mitnaseh is go up, like this tower that goes up. And was an idea about this city and in chapter 11 in Bereshit, the city and the tower. The tower should touch the sky. Now what's written later? הבה נבנה לנו עיר ומגדל וראשו בשמיים ונעשה לנו שם, and will make us a name. Connected to the Anshe Shem that here in this week Parsha, in Parashat Korach. Anshe Shem, a people of name. So the people of name are the same people who build this city with this tower that will touch the sky and will make themselves a name. Okay? And it says over there that Hashem was not happy with their idea. וירד השם לראות את העיר ואת המגדל אשר בנו בני האדם, ויאמר השם, הן עם אחד ושפה אחת לכולם, same nation, same language, וזה החילם לעשות. And that was started them to do this project. זה החילם. That what started them to do it. Connect this with chapter 19 in Genesis, Sefer Bereshit. What's the story over there? Chapter 19. The story of Sodom. Right before Hashem destroyed Sodom, He sent the Malachim. ויבואו שני המלאכים סדומה בערב. They came to Sodom. And it says over there, ואנשי העיר, אנשי סדום, נסבו על הבית. So, the literal translation, ואנשי העיר, and the people of the city, אנשי סדום, the people of Sodom. It's extra. You could say, ואנשי סדום. What do you mean, ואנשי העיר, אנשי סדום? Why to mention the city? You could say, and the people of Sodom. What was the punishment that they got there at the end, Anshe Sodom, when they want to harm Lot? They become blind, right? They become blind. היכו בסנוורים מגדול ועד קטן. Now here's the thing. The connection is, ואנשי העיר are the same city that they want to build at the time of Bavel, when they want to do the city and the tower, ואנשי העיר. So the second chance of them to fix it was by Sodom, but ואנשי העיר, אנשי סדום, it means that the people of Sodom are the people of Ha'ir that they want to build at the time of the Tower of Bavel, right? Now, what was the idea of the Tower of Bavel? To separate between the creation and the creator. It says in the Medrash that when they built this tower, umigdal ve'rosho b'shamayim, Rashi brings the Medrash that they wanted to chase Hashem out of the world, not from just from the physical world, even from the upper world, in the Shamayim. Na'aleh l'shamayim v'na'aseh imo milchama. We'll go up to the sky and we will make a war against him, against Hashem. So the entire idea was, and that's why they called Dor HaPalaga, the generation of separation, because they want to separate between the creator and the creation. So the separation is the thing. The sin is a separation. They want themselves to decide about their destiny and their purpose in life, separated from the plans of the Creator. So that started by Dor HaPalaga, the generation of the Tower of Babylon. They got another chance. In Sodom, what was the idea of Sodom? What was the sin? What was the problem? Why they want to harm Lot? Because Lot dared to host people in his house. And it's against the rules of Sodom. The rules of Sodom are to separate between the people of Sodom to any guests. So it's against separation. And that was the rules of Sodom. And they got punished for this. So the punishment in the first generation was I will not let you to do the project. You want to separate between me, Hashem said, the creator, and the world? I will make a separation between you by making you not understand the language of each other. So it was a midah keneged midah. It was similar. The punishment was according to the sin. Then came the time of Sodom. Sodom was also a separation between human beings, between people and guests, no guests. The punishment was being blind. You could not see your fellow person. You're not deserved to have a sight. That was the punishment. That was the second. But we're talking about the same, in the root it's the same sin. Separation between the creator and the creation, between people in the creation, same root. So it was a second chance. Says Rabenu Bechaye, now comes the third and the last chance. And that was Korach and his group. Ve'it peleg Korach. Vayikach Korach, says the Targum, ve'it peleg Korach. He separated himself and his group from Moshe Rabenu, meaning from the Torah, meaning from Hashem. That was the last chance. Yeah. Both. But every physical is just a manifestation of the spiritual. The spiritual is the real thing. So that was the last chance, and they separated themselves. And Datan Aviram says, and that was Anshei Shem. Anshei Shem is the same people who want to have a name from themselves separated from the purpose of the creation as the Creator wants it. Therefore, they called over here Anshe Shem. Vayakumu lifnei Moshe, they were before the generation of Moshe. So that's a hint. Again, that Rabenu Bechaye, Vayakumu lifnei Moshe. Not just in front of him, not just before him, but before him. In time. They were reincarnated. That was the third time of the reincarnation. So here they come to a situation that they continue the sin without taking the chance to fix it. They had a first chance by Sodom, but they continued the path. Therefore, over there they were punished in being blind. Datan and Aviram here says to Moshe Rabenu, even if you called us to come to you, we do not want to come to you, even if you'll make us blind. Why they use this? Because they was blind. They were blind in the former time life. They were blind. Therefore, they chose this. It says in the pasuk in Sefer Iyov, that, and it's mentioned in the Ari, the books of the Ari, that reincarnation could be 3 or 4 times in order to give a certain sin to be fixed. And every time there is a chance for the people to fix it. But they could not take the chance and not do it. And that's what happened over here. Therefore, Moshe Rabenu didn't daven for them. He didn't pray for them. Because it's the third time, and they're doing the same thing, and this could explain why the children also was punished. Not because of things that they did in this generation, because they're children, they're under the age, they have no free will right now. But because it's the third time, therefore was no chance for this. Therefore Moshe Rabbeinu didn't pray for them, and that's the story how the Rabenu Bechaye explained this. He gave the hints, and he connected to those 2 generations, the generation of the Tower of Babylon, and Sodom, and he made the connections. And actually, I think that's what we could cover now, because now it's 10:55. So, you're welcome.